For I will take you out of the nations. I will gather you from all the countries and bring you back to your own land.
The Lord hath trampled his beloved city. The people groan and cry for bread. God burns across the land of Israel like a raging fire.
I, the Lord, have called unto you in righteousness, as a light unto the nations. The destruction of the temple in the year 70 was a devastating blow to the Jewish people. After the failed Bar Kokhba revolt in 132 to 35 AD, they had lost all hope of a national restoration. The land was made desolate, and the whole house of Israel was scattered.
The fact that Israel were sent to the diaspora is fulfilling Deuteronomy 28. You went away, you did it so much time, so there are consequences, and God is righteous, so as He promised and warned, now you're out of the land. The fact that the Jews scattered among the nations, don't forget that wherever they went, they kept themselves close. Many people who have never been in Israel, many people who have never heard about the laws of God, the Bible, now could hear about. They gave the presence of God's existence. As Israel was scattered all over the world, as we call it, also the apostles followed them. It was part of God's grace.
The first believers in Yeshua were Jews and went first to their own with the gospel. But the relationship between ethnic Israel and the church changed as the Gentile believers grew in number.
Many prominent pastors or leaders thought that the fact that Israel rejected Christ was the unpardonable sin. Now the Jews are out of the way, we are the new Israel. It's not that now they believe, okay, let's kill all the Jews. That was not the case. But they view the Jews as a regular nation, heretics, and subject to God's punishment. Later generations took it even further. Let's put it that way. Even Hitler took part of this idea to justify what he did. There were other few that believed that God will keep His promises to the literal Israel. And thank God for that.
Church Father Tertullian from the 2nd century was one of those who urged Christians to anticipate eagerly the coming restoration of Israel.
When you study church history, you see all the views. All the views were always there. The issue is who had louder volume in his speaker. If God of the Bible will not defend Israel, even while they are outside as non-believers, then He will be affected. His name will be blotted. And that's exactly all the focus of the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 22. When it comes to you, Israel, you need to receive a spank in the face. Shame on you. But I will bless you. I'll bring you back to the land. I'll fulfill everything I gave you. You know why? Because of my name's sake.
על הקמת מדינה יהודית היא ארץ ישראל, היא מדינת ישראל.
Sir Isaac Newton, one of the most important scientists of the ages, a devout Christian and ardent student of biblical prophecy, was sure that a national restoration of the Jewish people would take place. 221 years after Newton's death, he was proved right.
There are many prophecies that speaks about the establishment of the state of Israel. When you take one package that you cannot separate, salvation of the people, redemption of the land of Israel. There is no salvation of Israel in Uganda. There is no salvation of Israel in Siberia. There isn't. It's here in the land.
Influential Christians like Wilberforce and Lord Balfour were instrumental in paving the way for a Jewish state, and many unknown simple Christians were interceding in prayer for this to happen. Today there are millions of Christians from all over the world who love and pray for Israel.
We can choose to love, we can choose to hate. Do I really love the Jewish people? If I really love the Jewish people, why I'm giving all these kind of comments that's negative? I even don't have to allow myself to think negative about the Jewish people. because this is simply Yeshua. He loved his enemy in the cross. He said, Father, forgive them.
An Arab believer and a Jew believer both call God Father. The Arab doesn't say uncle or grandpa, okay?
Arab Christians especially, when they start to love, then they will notice what is the promises of God and how they can love the Jewish people or do for them what the Lord wants them to do.
Arabs and Jews together fellowship in unity, praising the name of our Christ, of the Messiah of Israel.
This unity between Arabs and Jews should give us hope for the future, even though at present Israel is surrounded by enemies.
Israel is going to be a saved nation in God's service, in God's ministry.
If even you are house of Israel, not just bones, ashes, I will gather you again and make you a nation. And all the people will say, what? Well, God is God. When he promised something, he say it's forever, it's forever. It's from God that we have Israel existed as a nation and to be a blessing to the world.
So for me to see fulfillment of prophecies in my own eyes, it's encouraged me. I mean, it's not that I don't know that the Bible is truth, but it's encouraging.
My people, I'm going to open your graves and bring you up from them. I will bring you back to the land of Israel. I'll give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. You will be my people, and I will be your God. I will save you from all your uncleanliness.